Hello everyone and welcome back to Tales of Arise. Last time we did some fishing. As usual, we finished 2 more ponds. That was actually relatively quickly. I think we only spent like 40 minutes in total. So considering it's fishing, it was relatively quickly. We grinded a little bit of monsters and we went through a tower. So now we are right in front of this, a healing point, so that's where we want to continue on. Let me enable the sound again, there we go, continue. Where we left off, right here.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I think what I want to do is go in here. I think we're going to switch Kisara out with Rinville. Just have another cast in the party with 2 melees and 2 casters for the time being. Even though I like Kisara. If livestock does reach maturity, well, I'm not gonna go back up now. We'll just continue onwards, and I think that's where we're gonna have a fight because we got a save point right here. We're at 38 hours of fight time. We have here, we have a crystal here, okay. Anything else to investigate? Look that way. Pretty sure we have a cutscene around over here. Alright, yeah.
There's nobody here. It's been nothing but Zeugles. No lords, no Renan forces.
They have to be holed up somewhere, right?
From the look of things, I don't think anybody's been here for a while. If anyone was here, they're long gone now.
That can't be! Look out!
We'll figure
Good
this
job,
out later.
Kisara.
Right now, this thing needs dealing with.
Alright, you look like an agile one. Temeraris.
I don't understand.
107k, that seems alright.
Did Bayfon lie?
He didn't seem
Holy
the type
shit,
to lead
she
us on a wild
just
goose chase.
one-shot us. I'll use a live bottle immediately. Rinville.
Hey! Save your questions until after we manage to finish this thing!
Glacial Spear, primed and ready! Sleep now!
Take this!
Freeze Lancer! The blocking part's
In
their
a
weak
bind?
point! Here's a healing art! Start healed!
Explosive ring!
Whoa! Hey! When is I never miss! Art
A
field!
thrilling performance.
You're
This
my
weak
tornado
now.
drive!
Seismic rupture.
Healing circle!
Bring your death.
You may be strong,
There!
but I'll never back down!
Gemini
You're
Ultra!
Alright, we got him.
wide open!
It won't escape me!
I can handle it! Will this help? Dance in the wind!
Explosive ring!
Air thrust! Photon
It's over!
blast!
Try harder!
Marker throbbing in pain.
Thank you.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Nice.
Bubbling to me!
Lightning orb! Dance in the wind!
Blood.
Oh, that was lost. Damage.
Magic is in! Freeze Lancer! Will this help?
Not today!
Can you take it? Dance on the wind.
Hey, that...
Reflect.
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Take this!
Glacial Spear! Just leave us away! Hope this works! Freeze Lancer! Alright, here's a healing art! This one's mine! Dance in the wind!
On your knees.
Sleep now! Do it!
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Excited!
Take this!
How's this? Lightning orb! Alright, it's showtime! Here, dance in the wind! Air
Watch
thrust!
yourself.
Light
And
after!
incredible power.
Radiant pierce! Lightning orb!
Can't get out of this.
Annihilation! Radiant pierce! Arctic waterfall!
Can you take it?
Move!
Here comes the big one!
I'm all stuffed up! Lightning condemned!
What's he doing?
Thunder blade! Too much to handle? Water! Hear my call! Reinforcements?
Alright. Oh, he got reinforcement. Great.
Raging Freeze Lancer! Sleep now!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Try this!
There we go.
Explosive ring!
Air thrust! Gemini Ultra! I can do this all!
Let's go for this guy.
We got him on the run.
Don't get cocky.
Right. Still
Oh, I
anyone's fight.
got killed. Right.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Here's a healing art. Here.
Stay away from my friend!
This will come in handy.
You're mine!
Raise you I'll bring you back from
Fucking hell. It's getting out of hand again. Let's revive Darlene.
This is a most peculiar taste.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Up and out. Let's go.
Nothing gets by me.
Let me help.
Take this!
Blood.
Dragon
Bloody howling.
Radiant blood.
On your knees.
I'm out of ammo. Watching. Air pressure. Lightning orb. Some
You're mine!
Shine.
Radiant
Radiant
swarm!
Force of regeneration.
It's so...
Ready to rip.
Magic is here.
In a bind. Thanks.
It's on!
I was overconfident.
Forgive me.
Mine!
This is my fault.
Burn!
I'm
We
ready.
did it!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with
It's so...
life. Resuscitate thou art to be
Jesus Christ.
interrupted.
Dragon form!
No further.
First aid.
Annoying.
I'll bring you back
I'm using orange gel.
Not
from
done!
death's abyss.
You're finished!
Resuscitation. Damn it.
There!
My downfall.
Take
Photon
it!
flash. First aid. Photon raging cascade.
I can handle it.
I was overconfident.
You'll pay for that! It's
Don't mind if
over!
I do.
Dragon
Might.
form!
Resonate with the
Sonic
earth.
Rock!
Doctor orders.
Be
below.
still! I'm not done!
From beyond,
smash you!
imbue this vanquished
Luna Rondo!
soul.
Hit.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished
The
soul.
enemy is going all out.
This is some punishment.
Lightning
Now!
Law!
Look sharp.
Lightning Tiger Blade! It's on!
Ow!
Burn in hell!
Sometimes the best medicine
Dragon
is to come
form!
to swallow
Damn it, that's not good. That's not good at all. We need to use some life bottles. Xian.
you. I can feel the
medicine working.
Tidal wave! I can't heal you forever. Here's a
We're gonna use another life bottle on Darlene.
This has a most
In here.
peculiar taste.
Then we can add it. Let's add it. Oh, we don't need to add it right now.
Get on in there, Radiant! Flame!
Try harder!
Reload!
Now! You're mine!
Lightning!
I'm not done!
Far enough.
I'm out of ammo! Let's go! Back into the air thrust!
Here I come!
Clear flame!
Pierce through!
Anything in armor
A
is
new
all
lease
mine.
on life!
Seismic rupture.
Searing
Now or
flame!
never.
Reload! Gale force!
In a bind.
Searing flame! Reload!
Okay, we got him now.
Seismic
Flames
rupture.
in the wind!
Dragon form!
It's in the future! Astral
Finally.
energy!
Say no more.
Got a little bit out of hand after a while.
So much for finding the Lord. Come on, let's get back to Niaz.
Xion, calm down. This isn't like you. What's wrong? Talk to me.
It's none of your concern.
Something's wrong.
Even after everything we've been through together?
The two of us are only helping each other because our interests overlap, remember?
Are you serious? You helped me come to terms with Zephyr's death. You put your life on the line to save me. Don't tell me you did all that out of necessity. That it was only because we have a common goal. Fine.
Huh?
You don't want to answer? Then I'll do whatever I like from now on, too. Clearly, I'm just bothering you. So it doesn't matter if you tell me what's on your mind. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop looking out for you. Not now, not ever.
That's not fair. Why can't you just leave me alone? You don't know the first thing about me.
But I do. I know you care about the pain of others. You care, Xion. That's why I want to help.
Because of my thorns,
I thought I had been doomed to a life of solitude. Until the day I died. I knew I would be alone.
No, now it's no longer that way.
And now?
The truth is, I'm trying to end my curse and get rid of my thorns.
Get rid of? There's a way to do that? Really?
Probably through Master Course, maybe?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is there's a chance. But that's the reason I need the Renis Alma.
The Renis Alma?
What is that?
The Master Core to end all Master Cores. It is bestowed upon the winner of the Crown Contest, the new Sovereign, as proof of their victory. It must be assembled from all 5 Master Cores.
That's why taking down the Lords is so important to you. But Shion, you're not in this alone. If there's a chance we can rid you of your thorns, I'll be by your side the whole way.
That includes us, right?
Like it or not, you're going to have to get used to relying on us every now and then.
What kind of friends would we be otherwise?
Thank you.
Alright. She comes to terms with it.
Dahnan Liberation and the Renis Alma. Looks like we've got our work cut out for us. If we have any hope of finding this Lord and their Master Core, we start by heading back to Nias.
Alright.
Man, who would have thought we'd ever get thanked by Shion?
Sounds like someone wants me to grab their arm.
I'm joking, I'm joking.
Dahnan Rule.
Damn, you're scary sometimes.
Shion's not scary at all.
Alphen.
I'll just, leave you two alone.
I can't believe
I think we
this.
have a romance
To
going
think
on.
they would give us a bad lead like that. Where could that Lord actually be?
Beats me. That
Maybe
said,
the ruins.
there's no point wandering around
Or
aimlessly.
maybe they
trying to
already
look for her.
captured her.
We should head back to Nias for now.
What's wrong, Kisara?
Oh, I was just thinking about what it meant for there to be castles here on Dana. People build castles to protect things that are important for one reason or another. But not simply that. They're also used to project a ruler's power.
So what you're saying is, even before the Renans invaded, the Dahnans were still being ruled over. It was just by other Dahnans.
That's most likely the case, yeah. Though who knows how they led their people.
But after seeing Deadeye, I can't picture them being all that benevolent themselves.
What if it's in everyone's nature to rule over and control others? What are we supposed to do about that?
If it really is in our nature, then no. All that means is we have all the more reason to fight it. That's all there is to it.
And Dorleen got some new ability. HP restored from critical hits. Our casting time reduced during combos. So next one, what do we have here? We have another crystal, some copper junk, lots of copper junk. They're parts of some machine. Looks like someone already removed the most vital components. Alright, I guess we're leaving the place now. The fight wasn't too bad. We used some materials, obviously, but it wasn't not too bad, really. Let's go back to the ground floor. I have to go to Nias now. Back there. See if we have any other leads. Probably have to go to the ruins next, if I were to guess. Maybe there's some other way to continue. Or we go the other way from the tower, I don't know. Who knows?
Finally, some open space again.
Can rest here. Probably sell some shit as well. Manage to ranch. Got some beef. Pig. I think I'm just gonna go now in order and just send 3 of them in each time and use fattening feet, because there's no other real reason to use it. Forge weapons, let's have a look. Do we have anything new? We need astral crystals for that, okay. We don't have astral crystals for the time being. Buy and sell items, let's sell all the copper chunk, alright. So buy 5 live bottles, yes. Probably want some I don't really need apple gels anymore. Let's buy some peach gels. Keep that one on stock. Don't know if I can sell materials or not. Do we have anything above 60? We have. Oh, Tempest Stones we have a lot. So like 51 of those. And 30 of those. Lots of those. And those. And some of those. Alright, made a net plus.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
We made a net plus of 20k, Kisara. You have to learn how money works again. Let's go and rest.
The vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling of the wind.
It should be easy to dry our laundry out here.
I can't tell if these two are actually having a conversation or what.
Alright, what do we get? Dark Mark. HP after battle. Experience boost. Let's do experience boost T. Sure. Kisara.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much needed energy.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep.
Oh, we got the new skill. Okasawa, Chief Chef. Increased normal attack limit. Or did it unleash 1 more normal attack during combat? Great. What is that? Power Strike proficiency, okay. Anything new around here? No. That one. Meal cooked roasted chicken, so we need to cook a roast chicken. What are we currently learning? Fast AG recovery, okay. She can have meal cooked ice cream, okay. We need to cook an ice cream. Owls and items we need to do. Artifact types, okay, we need to find artifacts. Power Strike proficiency, alright.
Morning. Ready to head out?
Coming through!
Here I come!
Come and face me!
Begin! You're mine!
Here goes now. It's a duel of the arts.
Swallow blade! Destruction!
Online spree? Why can't they just sit still?
Shion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
You attack without mercy.
Do it.
The enemy.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't I go?
We're in good form!
So we head back to Nice, which is that way, I believe. We didn't have a Giga Monster lately, interestingly.
Stay calm. I shall provide it. Your reflexes will not serve you well.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
So those are Dana Astral Arts.
Yeah!
Something you want to say? Not so long as you keep them pointed toward the enemy.
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Wow! Look what I just found.
Coming through!
Here I come!
This one's mine.
No escape! Dragon Swarm!
This
Try
one's
this!
handy.
Let's charge it up.
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
My turn! I'm not done! You're finished!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
You're mine! Be still! No escape! It's over! You're on! Infernal Torrent! This one's all mine!
Glacial
Okay,
Spear.
Here I go! Stardust!
Now,
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
It seems like the charge up attack's a lot more worth it than I initially
Our
thought.
superiority was undeniable.
It feels invigorating to dominate a battle.
I was certain I saw you yawn.
Come now, I'm certainly not that relaxed.
out of our way.
Can't get out of this!
Strike! Dragon Swarm!
Elusive deity!
Rotating
pile driver!
My
I'm ready!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Do it!
In an instant! Impact Cross! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
All right.
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Any injuries?
I wonder if something happened in these in the meantime while we were away. Maybe the Dadaim
Hi,
guy
Hoodle.
Here I come!
enacted his rule now
You survived this.
for good.
Here's another.
Lightning Thrust!
One last one.
Luna Rondo!
These ones can run rings around us.
Benedict,
This one's mine.
Dragon
prepare to
Swarm!
be sealed, oh please.
Try this!
Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing. Dance in the wind. Now.
Get off!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Alright, let's see what Needs is up to. Needs, whatever.
About damn time.
Took long enough.
What?
Right. I can't wait.
Head on over to the plaza.
What's going on? It seems busier here than before.
Hey, look. Isn't that Bayfon over there?
Ah, there you are. It seems I owe you all an apology. I'm guessing you didn't find the Lord back in the forest, did you?
No, but something tells me you already knew that.
That I did. Turns out I bit down on some bad intel when I should have known better. Apparently, Deadeye's not as trusting of me as I thought.
But why would he feed you bad intel?
My guess? He wanted me to lead you all astray. Make sure you weren't sniffing around where he didn't want you to be. While you were off in the forest, I got word that one of our squads captured the Lord.
Okay. How did they manage that?
The place wasn't even close to where you were searching.
I see. Well, the important thing is that you finally caught her. Did you suffer many casualties?
You're not going to believe this, but she didn't even put up a fight. She had no escort either.
I don't think so.
Well, what about her Master Core? Was it recovered?
Sorry. They only briefed me on the basics. For now, Deadeye's getting ready to make his victory speech out in the plaza. In the meantime, I've been ordered to set up a defense perimeter around the outside of the city, so I'll be out of town for a while. I imagine Deadeye will announce what he intends to do with the Lord during his speech. You'll have to let me know how it goes. Anyway, until next time.
Something's off. If she didn't defend herself.
A Renan Lord surrendering without a fight? Something doesn't add up here.
I'm afraid I can't say I know much of her lordship personally.
There's a lot about this that doesn't make sense. The Master Core is a concern too. Let's stick around like Bayfon suggested and see what happens. We don't leave until we get to the bottom of this.
I think Deadeye won't like this, but we'll see.
I'm worried about just what Deadeye has in store for Almadria. For now, let's wait at the inn until he gives his victory speech.
Let's see if there's anything new to talk about, yeah? I wish Deadeye would hurry up and give his victory speech already. The entire realm's on edge of their seats. We finally managed to capture Almatria. That should shut anyone up who was still talking bad about Deadeye behind his back. We might have captured Almatria, but our work is just beginning. We have a new realm to build. Anything in here? Can we go in there? Dogwing's headquarters. Oh, there he is. Burn his image into your stupid brain so you don't forget who runs this realm. At last, after all this time, I can finally see my son's murderer brought to justice. That's right, she's going to pay for everything she's done to Dana with her life. All our trust in Deadeye's finally paying off. It sure is. It's a new beginning for our realm. We'll forge a new future for this realm, led by our one and only Deadeye. I'll follow him to the ends of Dana, no matter what it takes. Everyone's so scary. What's going on? He finally nabbed Almatria. If anyone could catch her, I knew it was Deadeye. All hail the Darkwings. We'll make that bitch pay for every second of torture she ever put us through. Yeah, she's gonna wish she died instead of getting captured after she sees what's in the store for her. I wonder if she actually was the leading one, or if Deadeye was behind everything after all. Another plot twist, who knows? I said something that pissed off Deadeye earlier, so instead of getting to go to the plaza, I got put on guard duty. It's such a historic day. I wanted to come out and watch too, but unfortunately I can't leave my post. I really don't see why we still need any guards posted. Who the hell's going to attack us at this point? The remaining remnants? Maybe they didn't get all. Deadeye's gonna give a big speech in the plaza. I'm so excited. It feels like a new era for Mark SARS coming and it's gonna be great. I wonder what they plan on doing with Almatria now that they found her. There's no way they're going to let her live though. Whatever they do, I hope they make sure she suffers before they put her out of her misery. Put her in our shoes for a change. I'm sure Deadeye's gonna announce what he plans to do with Almatria. I bet it's gonna be good. I'm not gonna miss it for anything. Deadeye's the real hero, if you ask me. He's a man you can actually depend on, unlike a sad excuse for Dana I see there. Well, now we don't have to run any windmills on days where there's no wind blowing. I never thought I'd see the day, just wish my parents could be here to enjoy it with me. The Akfadal Hill lies just across this gate. If you venture southwest, you'll find a road to Aden Lake. If you go northwest instead, you'll eventually find Estaluva Forest. Stay west and you'll come upon the Aden Ruins. Wherever you go, you're bound to encounter ferocious Zugans to travel, so travel with caution. Good thing we got Almatria when we did. I heard she used to turn slaves into Zugals. Seriously creepy stuff. Oh yeah, that's an experiment we've seen about. I hear we're gonna make a big feast out of all the food and drinks that those stupid bright eyes ordered for themselves. I can't wait. I'm gonna eat and drink like I never have before. Good news, Deadeye, the leader of the Darkwings, he finally found that slime, Almatria, and held her ass in. Can we go down there? Let's go, let's loop around.
Everybody's so excited.
They can hardly be blamed when they've apprehended an enemy leader. That said...
Yeah. Isn't there some way to calm them down?
How come we got taken off Plaza security? Why don't we get to watch Deadeye's victory speech with everyone else? I don't think it's just us. Anyone who's had bad things to say about Deadeye is being kept out from the looks of it. But it's not fair. We fought hard to liberate Marxar too. Let's talk to Bathan. Maybe he can do something to help. It seems like he wants to be dictator. He's putting everyone out of the picture who's against him. So I guess the Darkwings have some big announcement they're going to share in the plaza. They're just looking to cement their own power over Marxar. Go if you like, but count me out. No thanks. I think they'd have more important stuff to keep themselves busy. that. Alright. Did you hear? I guess they finally caught my Major, but I bet Deadine's going to be even more full of himself after this. I plan on laying low until this crazy commotion calms down. I don't want anything to do with it whatsoever. Something's afoot. You kids come along with me to the plaza. We're going to celebrate together as a realm for the first time ever. Going to be lots of yummy foods to have there too. It'll be a blast. Yay, sounds like fun. I wanna go. I wanna hear how the Darkwings caught the big bad lord. I wanna go too. I can meet Deadeye, the hero of Mark Saw. Deadeye's finally caught on Major at last. I always knew he'd get her sooner or later. That's what makes him a hero to Dallins everywhere. He does the impossible time after time. I wonder if they'll let me keep this flag. We finally captured our Major in the flesh. Now to smash the statue to pieces. We should put up a new statue of Deadeye here. It'd be a fitting symbol for a changing realm. From one dictatorship to another. Never been able to own much in my life, so I don't even know where to begin here. What to choose? What to choose? I think I'm going to be too busy to come down to the plaza. I have to ask my buddy how it all went down. We do save and go to the plaza if that's the plaza, I don't know. Can we go in there? Or is it closed off? It's locked. God damn it. Let's see if the other side is locked as well. Look over here. See if that way is closed off as well. Yep, it's locked as well. Alright, well, let's go to the end. We have nothing outside in the Ackville Hills, right? Hidden Wharf. And we had a Hidden Wharf. I think there will be something around here. Maybe the Lord is hiding up there, or used to be hiding there. Who knows? Let's go to the inn. Who's there? If you don't have anything to do until Deadeye's victory speech, you should wait here. I'll give you a room to use in the meantime. Once it's time for the big event, I'll come get you all. Sure, we'll wait in the room.
These must be the Danans the Darkwings freed.
Yeah. The city might be in ruins. The people have risen from the ashes.
This is the place Bayfun said Deadeye would reveal the Lord's fate. I wonder what he'll do to her.
Why, probably kill her.
Well...
What's up?
Is that? Yes. It's Lord Almadria Kynaris.
Please stop! No good can come of such hatred. Stop or there'll be no turning back.
Is this supposed to be justice?
Oh, they're gonna bury her alive, like a witch. Something's off. She's gathering energy.
Astral energy?
You don't think that...
The fruit of Helgen.
Oh no.
Don't do it! No!
What's happening? Oh god. Oh my lord.
Just...
She survived that. It was a plan all along. What the heck?
I did warn you, did I not? Nothing good can ever come of such nasty hatred.
She's absorbing all of that.
I found you at last.
What?
I swear it. I'll make you pay for what you did to my parents!
What do we have here? Could it really be the witch from Dana? Honestly, I thought I had wiped all of you out of existence back then. I guess there was one survivor after all.
Hey, Rinville!
Shut up! This is the only thing that's keeping me going anymore. Stay out of my way or I'll kill you!
Rinville.
I'll kill you. I swear it. I will kill you!
What's happening?
What did you... Why are you defending her?
I'm not really sure, you know. But when I look into your eyes, I can't let you do it.
What about you? Are you not the one who got revenge for his father? Don't I deserve that as much as you? Move aside. If you don't, then I'll blast you again.
What is Law doing? Why is he doing that?
So sorry. I'm afraid that I can't let you do that. No way. I can't let you kill her. Not while your face is full of the same hatred as those people who died.
You saw what she did. What are you saying? She should just get away with it all?
You're right. Rinville. I don't know what I'm doing. But still, I know it's wrong. If you go through with this, I know you'll regret it. I'm sorry. I am. Forgive me.
I can't believe you. You, of all people. Of all the people! Why did you... Why, Ela?
Is your little show quite finished?
Why, you...
For many years of my life, I devoted myself to the study of astral arts. But the knowledge I took from your family was truly enlightening indeed.
He's spurring up
For that
hatred.
to deserve a reward, I shall allow you to taste one of the fruits of my labor.
That's a big one.
Rearranging life and death to form new hellish compositions. That is what I do best. Now behold!
A guinea mug.
La, I'm...
Sorry for almost blowing me up? Hey, not like it's the first time. Come on, we need to take her down.
Okay.
I can carve through armor.
Raging Storm! Hope this works!
It's over!
Lunar Corruption! Go for the weak point! Annihilation! Into the shadows! Dance in the wind! Lightning! Sleep
Take
now!
this! I'm not done!
More for the top!
Take this!
Downfall! Another roll!
Calm down. Can you stop that, please?
Dragon Swarm!
Water! Lightning! Lightning! Thunderbolt!
Over. Calm down. You killed me.
This is my fault.
I'll bring you back from death to
Shattering of pieces!
Lightning condemned! Thunderbolt! Here I go!
Here I come! I'm not done!
Where are you going?
Shine!
Tempest!
Brilliant light! Force of regeneration!
Try harder!
Forgive me.
I'm not done!
Lightning orb!
Dragon Swarm!
From death to big waterfall!
What's he doing? Jesus.
Hands in the wind!
No! Can't end here!
I couldn't make it in time.
It's over! Radiant one!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Not done yet!
Lunar corruption!
Can you take it?
Lunar!
Okay! Dragon Swarm!
Annihilate!
It's over!
Hear me!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished
Here I
soul
come.
with life.
Here, let me help! First aid!
I owe you one!
I still got some fight left in me!
Reflect on thy sin.
Water!
This
Feel
might
cold!
reflect Tails' problem. Then let's focus there first.
No!
Oh god damn, he hit me.
Hear my call! Just what the doctor ordered!
Negative gate.
I'll bring you back from death to this!
Shine. Radiant
If it's in the
light.
sky, it's alive!
Now you see what I can do.
Air thrust! Thank you! Radiant here! We got Here's the wind! Seal! Freeze blast! More for the
Amador.
You require a
Let me help!
Resonate with the in a bind.
Waterfall! Freeze Lancer! This one's mine! Now for
I'll grind you into dust.
Is this it?
How the fuck does he hit me with that? That's annoying.
Have you
Let me use an orange gel right now.
too much?
Chinese
I'm grateful.
Supernova! Radiant Cannon! 7 on
I owe you one.
Shine! Radiant light!
Denied! I'm out!
Shine! Radiant light!
I'm
Force of
all done.
regeneration! Another incantation ruined! Don't
That does it!
Rending you apart!
Dance in the
Take
wind!
this!
By the power of
Bloody
fear!
howling!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Begin!
Lunar blast! It's
Alright,
time to
Jim.
finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Will this help? Ha! One more!
Regenerate!
Photon blast! Dance in the wind!
No escape!
Air thrust!
On your
Daylight
No escape!
Here, let me help!
Burn!
First aid!
Resonate with the
Dragon swarm!
Lunar corruption!
On your knees!
Lunar blast!
Explosive! No! Can't end here!
Oh, damn it, he killed me again. This fucking tail isn't really a problem.
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! In here!
Shine!
Primed and ready!
Force of
Water,
regeneration!
hear my call! Spread!
You're mine!
Can this cult finally be broken?
You're mine!
Can't get Hope this works!
Catapult! Rising Phoenix!
I'll heal you all! The healing circle!
I owe you one!
Dance in the wind! Sleep now!
You're mine!
More for the
Resonate with the earth!
Gravitas field!
Stalagmite!
Radiant sword! More where that came from!
here.
Annihilation!
Strike!
God damn it, again.
Flawless flight!
Flying so often.
Death's Abyss! Take that! Dance in the wind! In here!
Not done yet!
Let's use another orange shell.
By the power of water!
Here I come!
Can we break that shit finally?
Dragon swarm!
Now!
Free from regret.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Glacial spear!
Here I come!
Pierce evil!
Dragon swarm!
On your
Explosive ring!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Changing tactics!
There's no telling what it'll do! Stay focused!
benediction light.
Mega ray! Back into the fray! Raging cascade! Annihilation! In here! Mega ray! I'll be saving this one!
Reflect on thy
This
sins.
one's mine!
They smite with blackened blade.
Wind astral energy! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Condemned! Cover the capture! Let me help! First aid! Hey, that...
This is some punishment.
Stay away from my friends!
Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
Can we use another orange gel? We need them apparently.
This should do it!
Dance in the wind! Air rotation!
This one's all mine!
Hear me! Burning! Hear me! Flame
Dragon swarm!
Burning!
You picked the wrong fight!
Glacial spear! Pierce
Dragon
evil!
swarm!
On your prepare to be
Tempest
tried.
Breeze Lancer!
Explosive ring!
Light
Here, let me help.
Oh damn, I just can't get this tail away.
Saving this one!
Can't get out of this.
It's wide open!
Finally.
Won't escape me.
Try this! Explosive ring!
Heal! Dance in the wind! Reload!
Take this!
Feel sight!
Strike!
Not on my watch! One more!
It's a...
Resonate with the
Flame!
earth.
Reload!
Stalagmite.
Will this help? Raging
bathed
storm!
in
More
blood.
where that came
Rending
from!
you a
Healing
bloody
circle!
I owe you one!
Resonate with the
Searing
earth.
flame!
Stalagmite.
Reload! I'm out of it! Back into the fray! Shiny supernova! Handle this! I never miss!
Oh, nice. Culprit.
It's reeling!
Take it down!
Of regeneration.
Leave the charges to me!
And there goes the tail.
Right, let's do this.
This one's all mine!
I was fine, you know.
No escape!
Blood.
Sonic
Rending
thrust!
you
Pass through!
bloody howling.
Oh, the tail is gone. Nice.
Negative death. On your
Magic
Ignite! Dragon swarm! Try this!
Now or never!
Explosive rings!
over.
Damn it.
Healing circle!
Of course I died again.
Bring you back from Death's Abyss! Resuscitation!
Elusive
Here, where
deity.
that came from!
Not done yet!
Hey, that raging cascade! In here! More for the
On your
light!
knees.
By the power of water! More where that came from!
Dragon swarm!
Stalagmite.
Explosive ring!
Shiny corruption! Lunar dance in the wind!
I'm not done!
Take this.
In here! I'll be
You're
saving this
mine!
one! Field!
Begin.
Far enough! Away!
Catapult.
God damn it. Shion died. Life bottle on Shion.
Ready to go! Now you see what I can do!
Try this!
In the 15! Eagle Ray! Resonate with the earth!
Castle! It's on! Eat dirt! Dragon Swarm!
Do it!
Finally.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Down he goes.
Is everyone all right?
Yeah. But Almadria got away. Rinville, are you...
What the hell happened here?
Bayfon, is that you? Thank goodness you're okay.
I've been outside the city this whole time, but I sensed a disturbance in the wind and decided to turn back. What happened here?
They got
Where is
destroyed.
everybody?
Almadria's handiwork. She allowed herself to be captured so she could rile up the Danans into a frenzy and rob them of their astral energy. She wiped out almost everyone in the plaza, including Deadheim.
Deadheim's dead. Everyone. And the Darkwings. Almost all of our companions in the Resistance. How could this happen?
They were riled up by rage.
Regardless of what she had to gain, what kind of person would do something like that?
If she managed to find kinship in Kelzelik, then I'd say the very worst kind. It's clear now that she used Menancia as a testing ground for the fruits of Helgen, before using them here.
So everything that led up to this moment was all a part of her plan.
Once she knew they
Food
needed
was-
enough
oh,
tainted
yeah.
food, she just needed to get herself caught.
She put fruit of Helgen in all the food they captured. That was all
We
her
have
plan.
to go after her. Balseth and Ganabelt were horrible, but Almadria makes them look like saints. I doubt she's really gone back into hiding. We have to put an end to this, once and for all.
Yeah, what she's done can't be forgiven.
I don't know what to do. I saw what hatred did to those people, but hating her is the only thing that's kept me going. I can't just stop hating her. What am I supposed to do? Tell me. Smile at her from across the battlefield? Apologize while we fight her? I don't know if I can do that.
Rinville.
Nobody can understand what you've been through. We can't even begin to imagine the pain you've experienced. But if hate is what has kept you going ever since that day, then let it be your strength. However, think about this. When you've had your revenge, when we've beaten Almadria, then what will you do?
Huh?
I'm saying you're going to have to find a way to survive once that hatred is gone. When it is, what do you plan on doing then?
I don't know. I've never thought about it before.
Almadria's death doesn't have to be your end too. You need a reason to live, Rinville, not an excuse to die. Understand?
She's right. We could never truly know the pain that Almadria has caused you. But I think you should listen to Shion. Give yourself time to consider things. And if it's too much right now, it's okay for you to sit this one out.
No. My head might be a mess right now, but I'm not letting you fight Almadria without me. I need to be there, please. That much I do know. I'm going with you. And on the road, I'll think about it. A reason to live, without hate.
That said, it'll be no good chasing after her blind with no idea where she went. Bayfon, do you have any ideas where she might have gone?
I can't say for sure, but west of here is an underground harbor along a cliff near the coast. She spent years building a ship there, a floating fortress that she called her castle on the sea. No one quite knew why she wanted the thing, but now...
Of course. She's already effectively destroyed her own capital. It's likely she planned to abandon her realm as well.
Right. That's as good a lead as any. Let's go.
Locked something, probably for La Intervena, okay. Got more AG, alright. That's fine. What do we currently have targeted? I don't even know. That one? That one. Oh, she got something. Fast AG recovery. Celestial Hammer's next. Okay.
What's that woman going to do next?
Nothing good, I'll bet.
We'll stop
Shio,
this
level
time.
30, alright. Pursuing Almagia.
I still can't believe what that Almadria did. Not only that, but she was enjoying it.
It's patently clear she has no respect for human life whatsoever.
We need to take her out. I don't think I've ever felt so enraged at another person in my whole life.
Yeah! There's no way she's getting away with this!
Then we head for the underground docks. We need to hurry. Rinville, can you keep moving?
Yeah.
Rinville's Vendetta.
My family and I, we spent all of our days just living in hiding. Until one day when we were found and attacked. I was the only one my dad and the others hid. That's the reason I survived. While the rest of my family was butchered. The only thing that I could see was the crest of a lord glowing through the smoke. And then...
It was Almadria who did it.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Rinville.
That woman. Did she really find the existence of Danon mages to be that much of a threat?
I think she did
Enough
it
to
for
invade
sport.
another lord's territory? No, I doubt that. Most likely, she was after their knowledge and techniques. She only did it so she could become stronger. That's the kind of woman she is.
In retrospect, I do remember her making it sound like she created that monster she summoned.
A monster. I wonder, do you all think of me as a monster? Because I'm able to use magic even
why
though
would
I'm
we?
Danon?
Rinville.
Of course we don't think you're a monster, you dummy.
Huh?
I might have had to hold you back, but it's her fault any of this ever happened, not yours. Got it?
Law.
Alrighty. There were plenty of lives lost in the fight to free Neas, but nothing compares to what they've endured here. Oh, Deadheim. Did all the people outside get butchered as well? Or are they still around? There's still a couple of people here. Damn, was literally everything we took out of the castle laced with that poison. It's not fair. Why did Deadheim have to die? It's not what's supposed to happen to the hero. It's not a hero. I think it's better he died. I think it was for the better. The whole thing was just one big trap laid down by a military, huh? The Darkwings winning, the liberation of Neas, everything. Guess that's what we get for letting that victory go to our heads and groaning that I'm a big hero. We got complacent and paid the price. Maybe if someone had found a way to restrain Deadeye, we could have avoided this whole tragedy. Who am I to talk? I didn't try to stop anyone from going. I'm just as guilty of letting this happen as anyone else. Lots of lives lost there. Everyone I know is dead. If only I'd stopped them, they'd still be here right now. It's not your fault. You couldn't have known this would happen. I could never bring myself to like Deadeye, but I wouldn't wish any of that on him or his followers. It was too cruel what happened. often tried his best to stop them. Did our matron plan to kill everyone all along? I know people died under her before, but this is extreme. Why would you do that? I don't know. I had a lot of friends in that plaza too, and now they're all gone. It's okay to be sad about it, but we survivors have to pull ourselves together. We still have a city to run. I think continuing to do what we set out to do is the best way to honor and respect the memory of those who've fallen along the way. This is all our fault. We were so caught up in celebrating our victory, nobody even bothered to think it was a trap. Look what it cost us. It seems like Ameltria took advantage of all the chaos and confusion to slip past these gates when nobody was looking. If I had to guess, she's either trying to get into the ruins past here or she's making a run for the underground arbor. So the headquarters. Let me close my window, there's a lot of commotion outside right now. Everyone in the plaza just melted, like blocks of ice set out in the midday sun. What would that have happened to me too, if I wasn't on guard and went to watch her execution? Would I be dead right now too? If it would have been overcome with rage, yes. No. Everyone I knew is just gone. They're all gone, my friends, my family, gone. This can't be happening. This has to be a nightmare, right? So this whole time my murderer had us right where she wanted us. Man, that's going to take a while to sink in. What's happening? Why did everyone disappear? I don't know. I asked Bayford and he wouldn't tell me anything. We've had to dispose of all the food and medicine that we confiscated from the Wren after we took over Nears. All that we've been able to keep are the books they recorded their knowledge in. Expect us struggling to find medicinal herbs all over again. Almost all of Deadheim's most hardcore supporters died with him in the plaza. The ones who survived were people like me who never got along with him too well. Funny how stuff works out like that sometimes, ain't it? Go to the inn. The city has become awfully lonely. I know, there used to be plenty of people around, but now it's a ghost town. Yeah, why did everyone go? Why did they all just leave? My buddy died in the plaza. There's not even a body left to bury him. I don't bother going to the plaza to celebrate her victory. Seeing everyone in such a frenzy just didn't sit right with me. But after what she did, I absolutely hate her guts with every fiber of my being. How could everyone just die? Did we do something wrong along the way? Gave in to hatred. Now I've got all these homes to go around, but there's no one left in the city to live in them. I can't go there, okay. And I think the forge. Hearts of Cosmos, we got an astral crystal. Got one. We need two for that. We need two for that as well. Who do we have in the active party? Durling we have in the active party, so I think I'm gonna go with him first. Craft and equip that. I think this helm, not really.
Have you guys checked your equipment?
It's the newest thing, the protect ring is the newest thing, alright. Elemental attack damage minus 20% might be pretty good, actually. Let's create 4 of those, right? Craft that one. Fire damage for the Mission, that might be good. Craft that one. Attack, that's pretty good. Increased aggro. Might be not bad for her. What's alertness? Temporarily increases critical hit rate by 5% on successful perfect awaits and perfect guards. To down enemies with arts. Might be good for him. Grab that. I think I should have 6 now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we have 6 now. We use quite a bit to level all those up, but that's fine. Oh, it's done, okay. Get enhancement, enhance. Hopefully I have enough for that. So we do that. We have a lot of stuff, so that's fine. I don't know if that brings much or not. But at least we make some use of the ore we have collected.
Been lately?
Alright, let's have a look at the equipment. What was that one? Resistance. Let's look at the level 4 ring. Which one did we want to have for them? I think I wanted the attack damage one. Yes. She would get the fire damage one. There's light damage. That one was her, right? She would get, I think, the light damage one if we have any. It's dark damage. This one is light damage, alright. You would get the dark damage one. There we go. She would get the defense one, I think. And he would get that one. Alright, we have increased elemental defense all around now. That's fine. Just have resist ring now. Just to have them. Oh, we go over here. Can we sell anything? No, we can buy stuff though. We need to buy stuff. 2 orange gels. Life bottle. 6 peach gels. Anything else? Oh, we have some armor. Amethyst mail. Which is unequipped. Amethyst one piece. We buy that one, but we don't equip it. Amethyst cloak. Which is unequipped. Amethyst vest. Amethyst guard. I'm using a lot of money. Sour won't be happy. Okay, we've equipped all that. Charming lure we have already. Alright. 80,000, that was a lot of money, but well. Maybe I need to fish a bit. This here's an inn for those who don't have their new housing available yet. You are more than welcome to stay if you like. We are gonna rest here, and we cook something. We need to do ice cream with Rinville, right?
Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it. This ice cream tastes so good.
I swear, you're always having ice cream, even when it's freezing cold out.
And who made you the food police?
No one. I'm just saying that's a lot of ice cream. Don't you ever, throw up or anything?
Did you really just say that? Try thinking before you talk.
Huh? What do you mean? All I'm saying is I'm just a little worried about you, okay?
Well, don't be. I can have ice cream whenever I want.
You say that, but you know what's gonna happen if you keep eating ice cream all the time.
It's none of your business what I eat or how often.
Arguing over the consumption of a frozen dairy product. Ah, to be young.
Naive might be more accurate.
Alright. I think that should give me a title for Rinville, right? Creating ice cream? Yes. Sugar connoisseur. What'd you get out of that? Arceus search. Alright. And I think with him we need to do roasted chicken or something like that? Yeah, roasted chicken is the next thing we're gonna do. So we're gonna go for the Hidden Wharf, which we already discovered. We almost hit the 40-hour mark now. And I'm a relatively easygoing player. I take my time with it. Some people might be here for 15 hours already. Nothing new coming up here. There wasn't any side quests or anything, right? Right. I wonder if the dark guy has anything to do with all of that.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Water, hear my call!
Dragon Swarm!
Hear me, flame of
You require a hand. Flaming thrust!
Water, hear my call!
Rising Phoenix!
Hydration orb!
Here I come!
I can handle it!
No further!
Hear me, flame of
Dragon Swarm!
Strike!
Water, hear my call!
Elusive
Like
deity!
astral energy! Do it now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here,
My
let me
turn!
help!
Damn it! Too fast!
I never
Stand back!
You're
I'll
finished!
trip it up! I'm ready!
Law! Demon's descent!
Flashing bang!
Radiant
Not a chance!
Pierce!
No escape!
Shining super
Can you take it?
Pierce through! Dragon Swarm!
Nicely done.
Oh, there's a shiny one over
We
here.
seem to have come across something a little...
Wonder what they actually do.
About this. Again.
Stalagmite!
Rising Phoenix!
Great, I missed everything. Love
You're
it.
mine! This one's all mine!
Hey, let
Dazzle!
Stalagmite!
You got flyers!
I've got this. Hey, let Marksman handle it.
Take this! All yours!
Tidal
Dragon
Wave.
Swarm.
Razor Cascade.
Thanks! Take this!
In here.
Mirage! Driving you up! Turret! Here I come!
Mega Ray.
Dragon Swarm!
Annihilation. Mega
We
Ray.
did it! Now!
Alright, now let's go for this guy.
In a bind?
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning Orb. I'll heal you all.
Explosive jump!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
So that real quick, but the next one's...
An
Oshahawk.
opponent like this should be easy.
No
escape!
Here. Mega Ray.
Rising Phoenix!
I'll be saving this one.
Resonate
I'll
with the
heal
earth.
you all. I never miss.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Pierce through!
Freeze! Why can't they just sit still?
Now.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'm not done!
Hands in the wind. Lightning. In
It's
here.
on!
Downfall.
Be still!
Do it.
You're dead.
Astral energy.
Say no more! I can feel my power growing!
Level up for Alpha, right?
Let's see what you've got.
Burn!
Gemini Aqua.
Can you take
Dragon
it?
Swarm!
Benediction Light.
Thunder Field.
Explosive
Lunar
Ring!
Production.
We did it! My turn!
Raging Cascade.
You require a
Power of water.
Dragon
In
Swarm!
here.
Slash!
More for the stockpile.
Destructive!
Glacial
Leave the
Speed.
ensnaring to me.
Rising
Yeah!
And totally
to me.
Dragon Swarm! Thanks!
Do it.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Clock!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Pick up those guys.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Here I go. You're
Be
mine.
still! Rising
You're not in
Phoenix!
your dreams.
Glacial Spear.
Pierce
Lightning
evil.
Thrust! Mirage!
Freeze Lancer.
Struck! Dragon Swarm!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Astral Energy.
Say no more. Not a chance.
Ready to go. Into the
Struck!
shadows.
Tempest! Dazzle! Take
Lightning
this!
Orb.
I'm not done!
More where that came from.
Soaring Lightning Spear!
Do it. Air thrust.
Chill!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished. Onward and upward.
Some more. Nice. Can I get another enemy before this thing runs out? Yeah, I can. Good.
Out of our way.
Here I come! Be still!
This one's mine.
Begin! Dragon Swarm!
Here is the way.
Try this!
No further!
I'm ready.
I'm ready too!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
The enemy wields arc too.
You'll soon see
I'm
about
not
that.
done.
Healing circle.
Thanks!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
SP accumulated for Alphen. Okay, increased mid-near attack elemental damage. And let's go for the critical damage now. Next up is the roasted chicken for him.
We seem to have come across something.
Another glowing one over there.
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
I can carve through armor.
Oh, Jesus.
Dazzle! Mirage!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm!
I need Dualim's attack before attacking him.
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me. Negative gate.
Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the Stalagmite.
Annihilation.
Not a chance!
Here is
I'm not done!
Burning Thrust.
Lightning Thrust!
I'll heal
Mirage!
you all.
Infernal Turret!
Healing circle.
Take this!
Malevolent.
Struck!
Arctic waterfall.
Not a chance! Struck!
I'm in your debt.
Dragon Swarm!
Burn up.
The earth
Dragon
throbs in
Swarm!
pain.
Lightning Thrust!
Healing circle.
Showtime.
I'm in your debt.
Finally.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Another glowing one over here, I think.
Hey, look at that enemy. It's shining.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Take this.
Here I come!
It's over.
Lightning Thrust!
Tempest.
Rising Phoenix!
It's like
You're
trying to keep
mine!
up with a wolf.
Dragon Swarm!
Healing circle.
Catapult! Lightning Thrust!
Glacial spear.
Mirage!
Here's evil.
Try this!
This deity.
Infernal Turret!
Eagle Ray.
Freeze Lancer.
Here I come! Crescent Flash! This
I
one's
never
all mine!
miss. Feel.
Dragon Swarm!
Shion, astral energy.
Down they go.
Go!
Not a chance!
Glacial spear.
Let's get you
apart.
Lunar Rondo! Mirage!
Resonate with the earth.
Infernal
Air thrust.
Barely a blip on our radar.
SP accumulated for Shion. Past HE recovery. Okay, let's go for Spare Sweep next.
I won't forgive you.
You're mine! No escape!
You're mine.
Might be black and gray.
Tempest.
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning.
Try this!
I can handle
Leave
it.
the agile ones to me.
Explosive Ring! We did it!
First aid.
Now!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Can't get out of this!
Sonic Thrust! Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer.
Everlasting darkness.
Lightning to death.
Explosive Ring!
Negative
Thunder
gate.
blade.
Reflect on thy sins.
It's
They
over!
might be black and blade.
You're mine!
I'm in your debt.
Here. Tempest.
Execution.
Reload.
Smash you.
I'm out of ammo.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm ready! Go! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Got him.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Do you think this is one of the places where the Dark Wings and Almadria fought?
I wouldn't be so sure. This place appears more ravaged by time than combat. Even if there are signs of destruction, it would likely have taken place during the Great Conquest of 300 years prior.
And ever since, it's been a breeding ground for Zugals, I guess.
I think I might need to fish some more. Get some more money. We'll see when the next pond will appear. For now it works. We only have 8,000, which should be fine.
Go no further!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! Negative Gate! Lightning Thrust!
Radiant here!
They smite
Soaring
with lightning
right here!
blade!
Hear my call!
Mirage!
Spread! Turn the marker!
Infernal Torrent! Got fired!
I'm stopping!
Dragon
Let a
Swarm!
marksman handle!
Dazzle! All yours! No escape! Lunarongo!
Hear my call!
You picked the wrong fight!
Spread!
Dragon Swarm!
Here's the evil!
Dazzle!
Freeze Limp!
Let's refrain from losing.
Is there something I can open? Looks like there is something I can open. Ah, fuck me. Come on, you can do that. Sorry. What? There we go. Apparently there's a chest right here. Alright. What do we have in here? A gold gel. Royal looking medicinal gel that restores 100% CP and has a scrumptious flavor that's fit for a king. Alright. Take care of them birdies.
Little help! Water! Hear my... I never miss!
It's
This
over!
one's mine!
Negative Gate! Try this!
On thy sins. They smite
help?
with black
Warp
blade.
now!
Not a chance!
Healing
I'm not
circle!
done!
Hut!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
I'm not done!
Smite with black
Now!
blade.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Take it
My
now!
turn.
Help this!
Blood. Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
A comfortable win.
One more of those guys. The Christamadillos.
Discourteous, aren't you?
I'm not done!
Armor won't save you.
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar Corruption!
Violent Rupture!
By the power of the hide and take his armor!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Cross! Not a
Benediction
chance!
light.
Its armor's too strong!
It'll split it open.
Be my guest! Explosive ring!
Perhaps we ought to recuperate for a while.
I agree. Fighting in this state would be reckless.
It's probably a resting
What do you
point
say
here.
we
right?
check back in on the ranch?
Can rest here. Alright. Grab those. Sunday barn, chicken. Fatting feet, yes. Sell the copper chunk. Get some money out of it at least. So we'll look here real quick. 11 of those. Some of them. There we go. Want to buy anything? I think we're good. Unless there's something new around here. No, there's nothing new around here. Okay. Alright, and let's do roasted chicken if we have the ingredients for it.
I hope we manage to catch Almadria soon.
I hope so too, before she can cause any more havoc.
You okay, Rinville?
Oh, yeah.
Don't push yourself too hard now, okay?
Okay. Thanks. Oh, Hoodle. I don't know what to do.
Rest and do some roasted chicken dark mark. Oh, I guess we do that.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Hey, what's the smoke? Is it an enemy attack?
Seriously, it's making my eyes and throat burn. What the hell is going on?
It's probably some sort of gas. Try not to breathe it in as much as you can manage.
Gas? Those cowards!
Isn't this just cooking smoke?
What kind of food makes your throat burn so bad just from the smoke?
I believe Alphen is.
They're trying to gas Alphen?
What? Those sick bastards! I
What the
won't let
fuck?
them get away with this!
Calm yourselves and listen. I was simply trying to say that Alphen is the one cooking.
Oh?
Maybe I should throw in some more spices, just for that extra kick. Yeah, that'll help. Think I'll turn up the heat while I'm at it, too. Oh, crap. The spices burned. Well, at least the meat's coming along nicely. All right. Now I just flip it over, and then...
Hey, Alphen? What are you doing over there?
Oh, Shion. Perfect timing. I actually just finished roasting up a chicken. Call everybody over so we can eat together. I used a ton of spices, so it's got a good punch to it. Might have overcooked it a little, but it should still taste good.
I'm starting to understand why your food always tastes so damn spicy now.
Hasn't anyone told him that it is actually possible to have too much of a good thing?
If that's the taste he truly wants, far be it from me to contradict. His cuisine is a rather delicate repast.
Alright.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I think it's time we go to sleep.
Alright, we got Infernal Tongue. What do you get out of that? When sent flying, press right trigger to recover and land without being downed. That's pretty cool. That's actually really good. Alright, gonna do that one next after we finish the increased critical damage one. Well, yeah, most of the titles finished already, right? That one is left, and that one is left, then.
Come on, guys. We've got
Lots to do.
lots to do.
I don't know exactly what Dark Market is, but that's fine. Hidden Wharf.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
Okay, apparently now it works. Didn't work before. Oh, some people around, surprisingly.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here.
Flat
There
fish.
are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
This might not be the best place in the world to work, but at least you spend your days never having to worry about starving. Probably spiced with some Elgin Fruit, eh? You can't head out to fish in the ocean, but if you don't mind river fishing, there's a good spot outside with all the fish you could ever want. Is there? Fishing. It's really unusual for Lord Almadria to come through here without letting any of us know ahead of time. She took off with the size of a Percy too. Wonder what that was all about. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just glad she didn't ask us to come along with her. What do we have in here? A heavy treat. Okay. This boat he has used for shipping always takes off with an empty cargo hold and comes back with a full one. Pretty big, ain't she? But compared to Lord Amatrius' personal ship, this thing's a cupcake. I ain't been back to Nears in a long while. But it ain't one bright eyes busting my chops on deck, it's another busting my chops on the docks. Speaking of which, did you hear? They say that cargo might contain stolen goods for what someone smuggled from outside the realm. Oh yeah, I heard, but don't concern us what's inside. Our job is to process them and move on. Yeah, I hear ya. We got enough to worry about with how heavy it's gonna be to haul it around. Oh yeah. Do I have fish in here? No, we can't fish here. Did river fishing already. Can't fish here apparently. Unless there's a fishing spot over there. No, there isn't. Okay. Mackerel. Alright, we'll take the mackerel.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Well, we can't fish from the looks of it, so... not very much I can do, right. Nothing else needs. Seems fine so far. Isn't there's probably nothing else? I think we're good to go, to be honest. I think we're good to go. Let's talk to them. Not quite sure if it's a fight after another fight now, but we'll see. Ready to go? Set sail. Alright, just hold on tight, because it's gonna get bumpy. Crossing the ocean now. Some intermediate scene, maybe?
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
Your party disbanded.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
It'll take some time before we get up to her, so feel free to go out and stretch your legs. Maybe check how the rest of your crew's doing.
I
took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinville. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinville?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Thanks, Alphen. Alright. Duelim.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Renna really that important to the Lords?
It's one of the
Of
most
course.
power.
It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Alright. I'm not one for optimism when there isn't sufficient evidence. Kisara. She getting seasick?
You don't look so good. Are you alright?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord,
Interesting
my
that the fisher
expectations for Almadria
gets
were already pretty low.
seasick.
But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim.
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us, but nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinville once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Who's next? Rinville? Alright. Where's Hoodle?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinville. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just
Nothing
too
is
much.
black and white.
I
There are
don't know
good
what
people
to
and bad
think
people.
anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Well, those days are over. She can hold Alphen's hand. Alrighty, Shion.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Bit of optimism.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almadria. I'll ask Mahavar.
Can't. She's warming up to him. Great. Can't find anything else around here, right? Yeah. Nothing else then. That ship had a better head start on it first fall. If you want to take a nap before things pop off, now's the time. Sure, let's rest. Why not?
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Oh, there she is. That's really a fortress. Holy shit.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear?
Not one of those guys, okay.
Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Mobile Fortress Gradia. Members who left have returned to your party.
Xion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Almadria's floating castle.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah, you're right.
Behind the mask.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsev when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsev's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Xion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
Anything more? No? Alright, let's have a look. Do we have anything to loot here? No. Is the party set up like I want it to be set up? Yeah, seems fine. Chests. Some life bottles, free, that's good. Going straight. Some ladders, alright. Nothing around here. Let's take care of those guys over there. Marks on what marks are, alright.
Resonate with the ENG! Be still! Rising Phoenix! Bring them down! I owe you one. I'm ready! Totally! In an instant!
There we go.
Impact Cross! My turn!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me! Struck! Shattering the pieces!
Supernova!
I'm ready! Rinville!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Eyes a little bit itchy. Weird.
Quite necessary when creating
Peach
weapons.
shell out of it. Alright. And astral crystals. Nice. We need astral
Hi,
crystals.
Hoodle!
Come on, let's kill these guys.
My shield fire support! I'm going in! I see one, eh? Explosive ring! I'm ready! Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Here's a
I'm not done! Destruction! Lightning Force!
I'll be sick.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Way to the right and way to the left. Oh. What's this thing? Is it just me, or does it look like the one we ran into back in Rinville? Hold on, this one's actually made of astral energy. It might be one of Amatria's traps. Perhaps, so what do we do?
Got it!
If I manipulate the astral energy, I could get rid of it, maybe. I'll just have to give it a shot. I just have to give it a shot. Yeah, no, not right now. I'll go to the right first. And get whatever that is, maybe a chicken. Some tomatoes, okay. We'll have it over here. Some more enemies and something to collect. Wolf Alpha.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Dazzle! Rising Phoenix!
Storm! Here I go!
Take this! Eat this! Dragon Swarm! Air Pressure! Try this!
Bathed in blood.
Do it!
Explosive ring!
Wind astral energy!
Thanks! I'm not done!
Thunderblade!
Sonic Thrust!
Now!
Beat Rinville!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a
Some
long way
gold,
yet to
alright.
go.
Lot accumulated the SP. Alrighty, finished that one. What's next? He has a lot of stuff to do. I guess we go for that one because we already started them. Let's take care of that one.
That went well.
Are you okay?
Let's map up the
You're
ship.
not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Elevator seems to be a line, alright. Something over there. Another peach gel. A lot of peach gels, might as well use one. There we go. Let's take care of those guys. Armored marksmen.
Out of
There are
our way.
lots of armored guys here.
Here's the lightning cadet!
Lightning Thrust! Rising Phoenix!
The true gunslinger around here.
Denied! Dragon Swarm! Fire support!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
A scream bathed in blood.
You're mine! Resonate with the
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's almost too strong! Be my guest! We're not finished!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. Not a chance. Almost done. Dragon Swarm. Dazzle.
Do it! Shion, astral energy!
There we go, down they go. What a long winding cycle.
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Alright, oh my god, 10,000. Got Celestial Hammer now. Increased anti-dragon damage. Alrighty. Nothing here, there's something. Milk.
Out of our way!
Take now this. You'll learn. Dragon Swarm.
Aren't you pay for what you did? Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
I'll heal you all!
Strike!
Dance in the rain! Ready to kill you!
Oh god, he killed me.
This is my fault.
He killed me.
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Something over there. Orange gel. He wants to fight us? Okay.
Get lost!
Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
I see a red guy in this one room.
Pile driver!
We're not finished!
I'm ready! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Move around here. We have chest with some beef. Okay. You have the swordsman.
Little help!
Here I come!
Lightning cascade!
I'm not done!
Back into the fray! They really don't give up, do they? Shield!
No escape!
Radiant light! Watch and weep!
Annihilation! Strike!
Flame of fury!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We managed to pull through.
Oh, there's a weird lag here. Okay. That's a red guy. Ugh. Don't like red guys. Usually pretty strong.
I won't forgive you!
Damn embedded! Is it too late to talk over
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Here,
My
let me
turn!
help!
I'm not done!
First aid! Tempest
I
Whirl!
can carve through
Hope
arms!
this works!
Lightning Thrust! Mirage! Dragon Swarm! Dazzle! I'm not done!
This one's mine!
It's over! Soaring Light
Dance
Spear!
in the wind! Take it! I'm only getting light!
I'm not done!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! More for the stockpile!
It's over.
Freeze Lancer! Forward
Take that!
Radiant, look here!
On your knees!
And ammo! Back into the
might
fray!
just want to
Annihilation to death!
Alright.
Dragon Swarm!
Burning
Here I come! I'm not done!
Shattering of pieces!
I'm
ready!
There we go.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Nicely done.
Next is key.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Let's go through the elevator. Don't think we get a fight in the meantime. Yeah, fighting is over. Oh, we can go in any level? Guess lower level. And now we can go where? We were at L1. Okay. Let's absorb that stuff. Go over here. Take care of all that shit.
Get lost!
Take this! Dragon Swarm!
By the power of the confiscated! Annihilation! Hear me!
Lightning thrust! Rising Phoenix!
Glacial spear!
Got flyers!
I've got
Lightning
this!
thrust!
Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Let the marksman handle it! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
I'm dead.
Shining supernova! Not in your dreams! Healing circle!
Soaring blast! Take this!
Raging storm!
Dragon
Forward
Looks like we got them all.
With here. Peach gel, okay. Might as well use a peach gel, right? We have so many of them. Some red chest over there. Got some mushrooms.
Coming through!
Now you'll learn! Ignite! Dragon
In
Swarm!
here! Water! Hear my call!
I won't show you any mercy! You got spirit! I'm ready! Rinville!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Barely a blip on our radar.
It's a lizard guy, okay. Hello, Creepzilla.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Be still! Rising Phoenix!
Benediction.
You're mine!
Can't get out
It
of
can
this!
hide itself? Amazing! Take this!
Elusive deity! One's mine!
Rotating pile driver! Tornado
Here I
drive!
come!
Can you take it? You're mine!
Don't worry!
I'm alright.
Not done!
I'm still standing. Now you see what I can do! Let me free you of your power.
Pierce through! I owe you one!
Field!
Here I come!
Lunar Party saving
Here I
this
come!
way!
Dragon
I'll
Swarm!
blind you in the dust!
I'll take it
Alright.
from here!
Missing out.
Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Raging Cascade!
Shine!
This one's
Radiant
all
light!
mine!
Force of
Dragon
regeneration!
Swarm! You picked the wrong fight!
Regenerate!
Dragon Swarm!
Allow me to help you.
There we go.
Allow me to help you. You require a hand.
Here!
Take this!
No further!
Dragon Swarm!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Dragon
Right
Swarm!
in the dust!
Try this!
Elusive deity! Soaring blast!
Thanks!
Let me use, what is it? Life bottle on Rinville.
Elusive deity! Rotating pile driver!
You're mine!
God damn it, Rinville, don't die the entire time. And we're gonna, change you with, there we go.
Stay away from my friend! Lewis, try harder! Not a chance!
On your knees!
No escape!
Here, let me help!
Dragon Swarm!
This one's mine! Here, let's
Time
go!
to let it rip! Pierce through! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing arc!
Here, any more of this and I'll burn out! Be down!
Make it rain!
Down we go.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nice. Oh, we get a resting point soonish at
These
least.
bad guys really don't mess around.
What do we have here? A white cloak, a pure white cloak made from fabric embedded with astral energy. The cloth never darkens over time, no matter how many times it's worn. Okay. For her, right? And it's better, so there you go. And we have a magic emblem. Raise elemental
Looks
attack.
like some solid equipment.
Probably need some SP, right? Let's go and get an orange gel. Do some peach shells around the party.
An opponent like this could be easy. I'm not done!
They smite
Ignite!
black and flame!
Dragon Swarm!
Waterfall!
Try this!
Sealed!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone! My turn!
Lunar
They
Corruption!
smite with black and flame!
Lunar
In a
Roadhog!
bind!
You're on!
Hear me!
Try this!
Flame of Fury!
Burn
Can't do it!
Say no more!
Shine!
My turn!
Radiant light!
Damn it!
Force of
Too fast!
regeneration! Stand back! I'll trip it up!
Form!
Don't stop your
Radiant
entire...
storm!
Here I come!
Slow now!
Don't get careless.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zeugles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
Happy bottle?
look as twisted as her.
Oh god.
No choice! Got you now! My shield!
Negative gate!
One last one! Raging Lightning!
That makes me the thorn in my side. Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Shut him down! No escape! You're finished!
Dance in the wind!
Shine!
Hear me!
Radiant
Hear my call! Magic is in the sky is mine! Freeze Lancer! I never miss! Dance in the wind!
Shattering the
pieces!
Dragon form!
Now we're
Not
not...
a chance!
Go
You're mine!
One last
Dragon form!
Back into the
Can't get out of this!
Lightning
Ray!
strike!
Freeze Lancer!
Rising Phoenix!
Dance in the wind! Here
Take this!
Heal! Reload!
Dragon form! You're mine! Pierce through!
Desert Flame!
Exhausted! Rising Phoenix! You're mine! No escape!
I can't heal you forever!
Strike! You're finished! Screwed up!
Freeze Lancer! Dance Waterfall! Freeze Lancer!
Resonate with the
At least they don't really do much, those archers here.
Rising Phoenix!
Sleep Radiant! Here!
I'm not done! You picked the wrong fight!
Lunar Corruption!
Dragon form!
By the power of the
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Nice. Alright.
This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
This is key B. There's no way this equipment is part of the chip. There must be more experiments going on here. There's a Zeugl in the cage. It's not being sized on intruders. Maybe it's a major's pet or lab rat. What is that? The improved endurance experiment was a success. Lord Major will be most pleased. The lordship is rather taken with its Zeugl. The entire lab was almost fired over it. Oh, something else to gather? Oh, we can rest there. Okay. We can rest there. Maybe I will go there real quick. Back to L1. The other way, yeah. Just straight.
Coming through!
I see one, eh? You! Strike steel!
Wind Astral Energy!
We're not finished!
Shield will save. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! I'm not
Wind
done!
Astral
Sonic
Energy!
Not so fast! I'm ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
A comfortable win.
Need to rest.
Get lost!
Be still! Engage!
Not in your dreams!
I'm not done!
In a bind?
Blow him down! Dragon
Dance in
form!
the wind! Top field!
Try this!
Sleep now!
Explosive ray!
Now, where are you going?
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Not a chance! No escape!
Glacial Spear! Pierce
Through!
Can't
Fire
get
support! Here I come! No escape! Not today! I'm ready! They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
Let's return to Fright and heal.
Finally, some open space again.
What are you? I suspect our runaway lord's not going anywhere anytime soon. Wanna fall back for now? Don't leave. Won't change your mind, well, whenever you're ready to embark, just let me know. Yes. You there? Let's show my ranch stuff. Chickens have reached maturity. And some horses in. Oh, we can forge any weapons, right? Also sell some stuff. We don't have the flames, I guess, but we have the Arts of the Cosmos. Let's craft and equip that. And the refined crystal knuckles.
Have you guys checked your equipment?
What else? Do we want to buy something? Not really, to be honest. Fine.
Lately?
Giant ship is practically an ocean battlefield. If you plan on raiding it, you better make sure you're top shape before you go. Sure, let's rest. What do we want? HP off the battle is pretty good, I think. Let's go and do some beef stew.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Wait. Alright. What? Re-infiltrate, please.
Something feels odd here.
Alright, saved. Hope I can finish this in an hour, so I only have 1 hour time. I should be able to.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Bring him down! Engage!
Actually hit me.
Take this!
Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
This one, that's some heavy armored one.
Engage him! Dragon Swarm! Take down their defenses! I see one, eh? I'm not done! We're not finished! Pierce through! Take them away!
I can do this all day!
On your pistol! Rigging you up!
Seems about right to me.
Must be accumulated for her. Okay, KO prevention. We'll get that one now. Do we have anything started already? No. Penetration. Guess we go for that one next. Or that one. Let's go for that one next. It's relatively easy. Lightning streak. Alrighty, we're gonna go to L2 now. That's where we have to go, apparently, so we're gonna go this way first. We'll sense something, and we have a big machinery.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships It's more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
Eventually we have to go to Lenegus, probably last step. Probably have to visit Rena as well before that. Thanks for the whatever that is.
I
Gold.
wonder if we can use this.
Hello.
I won't forgive you!
My steel castle!
Dance in the wind!
Rising we're not finished!
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Flaming thrust! Release! Here I come!
Not in your dreams!
Thrust! Begin! Be still! My turn! Mission! I'm not pencil pack! Dragon Wharf!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Barely a blip on our radar.
So we went here. I think I'm just gonna loop all the way around once.
Gotta break through! You got I'm not done! Eat this!
I'm only getting crazy!
Negative ready and rare! Try this!
Here, let me help.
Might with blackened blade! Explosive ring!
Now!
Dueling! In an instant! Impact cross!
I'll heal you all!
You're mine!
Dance in the wind!
Mirage!
Healing!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
The tempest engulfs you! Try this!
On your
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
On
My
your
turn!
knees.
Tempest ready!
Air pressure!
Let's keep our eyes on the
And here, a
prize.
red saffron. Alright. Little sense of something. Alright.
Hi, Hoodle!
Now you see what I can do.
My shield!
Can
you take it?
Hear my call!
We're not finished! I'm ready! Rinville!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not a chance! Strike!
Photon flash!
Castle!
Radiant
Rising Phoenix! Take this!
flame! Reload!
Dragon
I'm
Swarm!
out!
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Thunder field!
Strike!
Dance in the wind!
Lightning
Air
thrust!
thrust!
Mirage!
Astral energy!
Glacier
Piercing!
Bloody howling! Dragon Swarm!
Water astral
Lightning
energy!
thrust! Mirage!
Down I go.
My exploits are bearing fruit.
It's a Hoodle somewhere. There he is. Butterfly wings that have certain dreamlike quality. The scales thankfully don't fall off, making for simple maintenance. Alright.
You're saying we should check
Some
the
pepper.
owl forest?
I'll do in a second. Stop all of that. Got a red thing. What do we have in here? A natural vest. A vest made entirely of unnatural minerals. The maker of it claims that wearing it allows one to live as their true selves, close to nature. A west. That one, right? Yes.
Equipment should come in handy.
New for law. Red guy over there.
Coming through.
Take the rebel! Stop them! Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption!
Holy.
Gemini awful!
I'm not done!
Benediction.
Wind astral energy!
We're not finished!
Lunar
Be still!
corruption!
Here I come! Strike!
Seal!
Soda!
Annihilation! More Vendetta!
Mirage!
Begin.
There's a trap! Escape! Get through! It's over!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Be still! I'm not done!
I'm only getting
Eat dirt!
started!
I'm ready! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
My turn! Move back!
Radiant
In a bind.
Hear me! Flame of
Lightning
energy
thrust!
from
Rising Phoenix!
Radiant light.
Take this!
Force of regeneration. Regenerate.
I owe you one! Stardust! Soaring Last Spear!
Where are you going? Freeze Lancer!
Dragon Swarm! Explosive Ring!
Healing circle! Astral energy! More searing strike! And
I'm not done! You're finished!
confiscate!
It's done! You're finished!
Do it! Totally!
Finally.
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Oh, we have a thing here. Guess that was a gate we had to activate.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Raging Cascades!
Dance on the wind!
Bloody
Got fire!
I've got this! Let him march and handle it!
All yours!
You'll soon see about that!
I'm not done!
Flame of fury! Burning! Hear my call!
Looks like we won.
Alright, 11,000 gold and some new ability for Shion, Spear Sweep, and we have increased normal attack limit next. Some more enemies around here, might as well defeat them.
Gotta break
Here's
through!
a healing
Take
arc.
this!
Take this!
First
I
aid!
owe you one! Dragon Swarm!
Radiant light! Here!
Tempest!
Now!
Now! Here I
I'm
come!
risen!
Pierce through!
Healing
Be
circle!
still!
Hey, that
You're on!
raging cascade!
I can only rely on myself.
Dragon Swarm!
Now! Freeze Lancer!
Alright, get down for the count.
Victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Another live battle, we'll take that. Also around here, there's something over there. Some more enemies over there. 5 apples, alright, we'll take them. And 3 potatoes. Take care of those guys.
No choice!
They're not armored, so that's fine.
I never miss! Freeze Lancer!
Be still! Start up!
There! One more!
Fire support!
Raging
In an instant! Impact Claw! Now! Take this!
Here's the level! It's over!
Here I come!
Hear me! I'll be saving this one!
Down they go.
Our work is done here.
Let's open that one up. Another red thing. What do we have here? A resist ring. Okay, that's not great. We already have resist rings aplenty. Anything over here? Yes. Some rice. Okay, we'll take that. And something else. Peach gel. Well, might as well use one, right? Peach gel use, and let's just say big old lizard over there. Anything over here? Wheat. An elixir, okay. Getting to the elixir territory now. Let's go to that place over here, see if there's anything. There's something, and pineapple gel, okay, we'll take pineapple gel. Okay, now we have to take care of the lizard dude and the red guy and the armored guy. Okay. Let's take care of that one first.
Got you now!
What's that? Probably gonna have another interruption in about 10 minutes, but well. Hopefully I can finish this fight in the meantime.
You're finished!
Annihilation! Freeze, Lancer! Hear me!
Try this! Try harder! Now!
Can't get out of this!
Dazzle!
Lightning Orb!
Rising Phoenix!
Freeze, Laser! Cascade!
I'm not done!
Oh, I died. God damn it.
Allow me to help you.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Don't
More
suffer.
of that
I've used too much.
Hear me! Scream of fury! Where are you going?
Bloody howling! Resonate with the earth!
Here!
Stalagmite!
No, I want to go after the lizard
I'll
first.
take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Shine!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm! Dazzle! Rising Phoenix!
Magna Ray!
Dragon Swarm!
Hear me!
Try
Scream of
this
fury!
one's all mine!
Burning Leveling!
Not today!
Dragon
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze Lancer! Radiance to the wind!
Explosive
And we're gonna use an orange jar here.
I'll face you! I'll grind you with the dust!
This should do it! Here I come!
Healing Arm!
No, it's
First aid! Here I go!
Astral Orange?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
I must remember my
Time to let it stay away from my friend!
I can carve through armor!
Take
Raging
this!
Storm! I'll go with that hit!
Coming through! Ha! Now!
Let's see if that's enough to kill that thing off.
Scarlet Inferno!
Nope.
I'll bring you back
Take
from
this!
death's abyss!
Ha! Dragon Swarm!
Resuscitation!
God damn, it's the wrong one. That's the one. Oh god, that's not good.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
All right, that does it!
Not a
If it's in the
chance!
sky, it's
No
mine!
escape!
This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Benediction light.
Here's a
Try
healing
harder! This one's
Here's
all
a
mine!
raging blast!
Not today!
Dreams! Lightning!
I'm not feeling so great.
Do it!
Finally, that thing's down.
Energy!
Say
Let's
no
go
more.
for the red guy now.
Will this
My
help?
turn! No
Lightning
escape!
condemned!
Dragon Swarm! Be still!
Elusive deity!
Here I come!
I'm all stuffed up!
Pierce through!
In a bind?
Sonic thrust! Be still!
Here I go! I'm
Mirage!
only getting started! Tempest Whirl!
Rending you apart!
Infernal Torrent! It's over!
Resonate with the earth!
This one's all mine!
Stalagmite!
Raging Storm!
Dragon Swarm!
Rending you apart! Bloody howling!
Dragon Swarm! Ignite!
Radiant Pierce!
Dazzle!
Now!
Here I come!
Finally done.
Energy!
Say no more!
Step back! This one's all law!
Alright, so I'm gonna be interrupted soon anyway. I'm gonna do something which I usually didn't want to do, but right now I have someone to take care of in my home. I'm gonna end the stream here at 12:30, a little bit earlier than usual. I'm gonna be online in the evening, or afternoon again, probably at around 2. So, take care everyone. See you in about 2 hours again. Yeah. And we're gonna fight whatever's next here. We'll probably have to do one more floor, and then we have the final boss. We'll see how it continues. After that, we have one more lord to go. Maybe we already have all 5 lords tomorrow. Who knows? But anyway, that's it for now. See you in a bit. Goodbye.